இப்ப இங்க வரது போயிட்டு இருக்கு மியூசிக் எப்படி இருக்குன்னு. ஆனா ஓப்பன் ரெக்கார்டு சார் குவாலிட்டி ஒரு மாதிரி தான் வேற வழி இல்ல ப்ரோ. ஆக்சுவலி வாய்ஸ் கிளியரா இருக்கும். இவங்க எல்லாம் அமைதியா இருக்கும் போது அங்க இருந்து மேக்ஸிமம் வால்யூம் வரும்போது கிளியரா இருக்கும். நம்ம பேசாம தான் இருக்கும். ஏதாவது பேசினா கொஞ்சம் பக்கத்துல. சரி. பேசணும். Check.
dignitaries, students, parents, faculty colleagues and staff. A very warm welcome to the inauguration journey and professional guide. To commence the event, I request everyone to kindly rise for the Kamal part. Thank you, everyone. We will now proceed to the ceremonial writing of the map. So it will take up our knowledge, symbolizing the dispelling of darkness and the pursuit of wisdom. I would like to invite the esteemed dignitaries on stage to perform this. Thank you for taking the right of wisdom. Let's invoke the blessings for the proceedings ahead. May I request Dr. S. Jairam to render the invocation song. As the melodious note fills the air, let us immerse ourselves in the divine influence and seek the celestial blessings for the new being.
Shri Saraswati Namostute Amba Shri Saraswati Namostute Paradevate Shri Saraswati Namostute Paradevate Shri Gauri Padi Guru Avinude Vidimare Shri Saraswati Namostute Vasana Jaya Vivarjita Varamuni Bhavita Mute Vasana Jaya Vivarjita Varamuni Bhavita Mute Vasavadya Kinari Sarvara Vidharava Saraswati Namostute.
For that hallelujah transition. Today, as we gather here to inaugurate the 40th batch of our MBA program, we celebrate a milestone of excellence and growth. In sacred scripture, the number 40 signifies growth, transformation, and transition. This batch will represent a testament for this enduring legacy of our institution. Now, let's welcome our esteemed guests, faculty, and students. It's my pleasure to invite Dr. S. N. Raghavendra, PGP Chair and Associate Professor in OB and HR, to deliver the welcome message.
So good morning to one and all present here. Good morning. I deem it a privilege as PGP Chair on behalf of this great institute, Bharatidasan Institute of Management, to welcome you all to this BIM Batch 40 inauguration. I'm very honored and glad to welcome Sri Ravi Appasamy, Chairman, Board of Governors, Bharatidasan Institute of Management. Sir, on behalf of everyone at BIM and Batch 40, I welcome you to this inauguration, and it's a privilege to have you amongst us. I wholeheartedly welcome the chief guest, Dr. Bala Bharadwaj, VP E&E BIM France. We are honored by your presence and we are waiting to listen to your lecture. We also happy to welcome Sri Ramanathan, GM and Head DHA. Amidst all of your on-site schedule time for us, thank you for coming here, sir. I also welcome Mr. Venkateshwaralu, GM Defense and Aerospace. Welcome here, sir. I also welcome our esteemed director, Dr. Asit Verma, who is working very hard to give best to this institute. And I also welcome our staff, our faculties, our staff, for all the efforts they are here. And I welcome you all one and all. Finally, the most important, we're all here for you all. So, very happy to welcome all your students, Batch 40, to this wonderful institute, a great institute, which has a high, it's a very big legacy, 40 years. Welcome one and all to this place. And I know you all come in with a lot of dreams, and BIM surely helps you realize, achieve, accomplish all your dreams. I welcome you all to the and surely also all your parents who sit on the other side of this hall. I welcome every parent to this inauguration function. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are honored to have Mr. S. M. Ramanathan, General Manager and Head EHLG, as our guest of honor. A dream does not become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. Here we have Mr. Ramanathan, who is a graduate in mechanical engineering from IIT Madras and has a master's degree in stress and vibration analysis from the Regional Engineering College, now NIT Bhopal, and has 35 years of diverse experience in various functions at BHL Heavy Electrical Plant at Bopa, Boiler Auxiliaries Plant, Ranipet, and the overall operations at BHL Trichy Complex. He joined BHL Trichy as graduate trainee engineer in 1988 on selection through campus placement. He was awarded the Best Engineer Trainee Award in the complete BHL Corporation in 1989. He started his career as a designer in hydro turbines in heavy electrical plant, Bhopal. He has received many awards for technical paper presentation in Indian and international forums. He has a turbine patent to his credit. He has been awarded the Excel Award, the highest recognition in BHL for Utkrishta, which is innovation. He is a qualified cost accountant and a fellow member of the institute. He is a Six Sigma Belt certified professional. He has undergone advanced management program from IIM Bangalore and IIM Hyderabad. He has been entrusted with the charge of the complete Trichy unit complex. I welcome you, sir, and I request you to share a few words to our students.
Good morning to all of you. Respected members on the dais, Sri Ravi Appaswamiji, Sri Bharat Patwaji, our dear Director Sahab, Asif Parmaji, Sri Venkateshwarji, all respected faculty members, dear students and parents who are coming through. First of all, I would like to congratulate each one of you on securing admission in this prestigious institute. And I would like to congratulate you for one more reason. 40 years of successful completion of an institute is greater than the time one spends in the career. Normally, you start your career at the age of 22 to retire at the age of 60. That makes it 38 years. 40 years exceeded that. So it's more than a career of a person. It's a long way, and congratulate each one of you for having taken the decision to join here. I wish each one of you a very, very bright future. I thank the Board of Governors and the Institute Director for giving me the privilege of meeting you all and addressing you today. It gives me immense pleasure to be in the midst of you all, especially the young brains. In fact, in my office, we have a group called Young Sparks, wherein we enlist all the young and enthusiastic youngsters who come forward with bubbling ideas. So I would like to address you as Young Sparks. Post-graduation course is really a gateway for more opportunities. It opens up more avenues, better career opportunities, broadens your outlook, makes you into a generalist, in fact, from being a specialist. A management course is more about how you practice it. You have to practice each and every ounce of what you are learning here. Practice will make you perfect. Learning will only, enhance your skill set. But only practicing it in real life situations. You will try to take up more case studies, involved in greater discussions, and grab the most of the time you are in the institute here to really fructify this course for you. Management students are always known to be multitaskers. So please practice multitasking as a habit. While you are talking to someone, you have to parallelly keep thinking on what are the other tasks at hand. Because every task has a time schedule. What you don't perform on time is failure. In the focus on the event at hand, you should not forget other deadlines which are running behind. So the parallel processing as a habit, and I'm sure the institute will make you do it. They will load you with so much of work that unless you do parallel processing, you won't succeed. So you have to parallelly keep working on multiple assignments, focusing on multiple tasks. So the multitasking is an asset which you should refine and make it more say habit. About management, I would say management education is about changing your attitude. It is your attitude that I can do it. That's what you're going to get from here. I will do it, I can do it. That's the attitude you have to inculcate. In fact, once our respected President, Honorable Abul Kalam ji, had once remarked that eagle is the only bird which has the attitude of soaring above the clouds when there is rain below, and every other bird tries to find a nest. You should try to soar, face difficulties rather than hide from them. So please never give up. The never say die attitude is what will take you through. In fact, I would like to add one more incident from my experience, or rather generalized. People who generally get success at an early age become more complex. People who struggle, go through the grind, and attain success at a slightly later age, say 25, 26, 28, become more grounded. They are able to face failures better, because once in a while, even the early starter will fail someday, because the law of averages will catch up one day. So, person who goes to the grind don't get disheartened. Why I told you this is, any initial failure, don't get disheartened. Life is preparing you, God is preparing you for facing the future difficulties in a better way. There are lots to learn and discover apart from lectures, your exercises, your tutorials. Keep yourself fully immersed in it. Try to extract the maximum from it. You have to focus on those case studies, because case studies form the basis of management education, and case studies should be taken very seriously. You have to have some takeaway from each case study, which should be registered in the back of your mind for application in your future career. Nowadays, it's a world of e-learning, but my suggestion to you, please don't give away your regular books. Please keep in touch. You will have a good library here. Inculcate the habit of reading books also parallelly. That gives you a different context. See the page of the book, the tick mark on the book, the small ink smear on one page. Everything gives you a photographic memory which will help you recollect and reproduce. The impersonality of the e-book, while a written book has got a personality to it. You associate to the pages, associate to the torn corner, the torn cover. So those things give you a sort of way of recollecting, because memory, see, in life, three things are very important. First thing is good memory. Second thing is ability to analyze it. And third thing is attitude to knowledge. It's a combination of the three which takes you to success. Good memory is definitely God's gift, but you can improve it by using various techniques. And one of those techniques is, when you read through books, make notes, scribble, use highlighter somewhere to emphasize certain things. The photographic imprint of that will help you recollect. In fact, for remembering numbers, what I do is I look at the number pad, keypad with telephone, and the pattern in which you have to dial. If you remember the pattern, you can remember the number. That's an easy way of remembering numbers. So use some methodology which will help you improve your memory. Use a different route every day. Open your almari, see the things kept there, close it, recollect. Do different techniques to refine memory. Success comes to those who choose their passions, choose their options passionately. So you have to be passionate about what you do. Try to enjoy what you do. Try to imbibe, learn. Every day should be a new learning experience. I thank you for giving me this opportunity. I wish Batch of 40 success in your career. and bright future, good health. And thank you so much for calling me. It was a great opportunity for me to interact. Sorry, I had to call in before Appaswamy sir because of the commitment I'm supposed to have busy with my director HR in another 5-10 minutes. So kindly excuse me and permit me to rejoin on some other occasion. Thank you so much.
Thank you so for your encouraging words and sharing your words of wisdom. And also thanks for addressing this young batch of young sparks. Okay, and I'm sure the three tips that gave you about improving our memory and also doing parallel processing help you in a great way in the years. As you mentioned, since he has a commitment, we will leave shortly. So may I now request respectively the chairman to present the memento to our guest of honor. Thank you. Introduce our new chairman, Sri Ravi Appaswamy. He is an acclaimed personality. Start over again. I deem it an honor to introduce our new chairman, Sri Ravi Appaswamy. He is an acclaimed personality in the hospitality and real estate industry in the country. He is also the chairman of the Residency Group of Hotels, India and Mali, and Appaswamy Real Estate Limited. Sri Ravi Appaswamy currently holds the charge of the Honorary Consul of the Pakistan, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. He held the position of President of Credit Tamil Nadu chapter. Sri Ravi Appaswamy has been felicitated by TAI, the Indus Entrepreneur Chennai, with the Next Gen Entrepreneur Award. His association with academics is significant, being a member of the Executive Council at Shiv Nanda University and the longest serving member of the Board of Governors BIM. He is also an alumnus of BIM College, Chennai. May I now invite a chairman to deliver the inaugural address and officially inaugurate the batch.
Very good morning to all. It gives me immense pleasure and happiness to welcome you all, incoming students and their parents, to the inaugural ceremony of the BIM 40 batch for the India students 2023-25. I welcome our chief guest, Dr. Bala Bharadwaj, Vice President, Wintras Hyperloop and former MD, Boeing India, Mr. S.M. Ramanathan, General Manager, who has had an excellent speech he gave, head of DHA Kochi, and he is also a member of the Board of Governors BIM. Mr. Venkateswar, DM, Defense and Aerospace, friends, industry, faculty, friends from the industry, faculty, and staff members of the BIM. On this occasion, I would like to thank the admission committee that worked day and night to bring the best of you to this great institution. This BIM 40 batch comprises of about 35% female students and 68% of male students from all over India and diversified education, qualification, and experiences. I am proud to inform you that this institute has stepped into 40th year of its existence, and it's a great pride for all of us to be part of this institute's journey and take it forward in the years to come. To give a small background, BIM was established in 1984, one of the country's oldest and premier business schools. Our founding chairman, Bharat Ratna C. Subramanian, who is also a former union minister and a finance minister and industry minister, who envisioned making BIM a truly world-class business school. BIM is the only B school in the country to be set up inside an industrial complex of well. Just like how a medical college is always set up along with a medical hospital. So this gives a perfect blend of theory and application through extensive industry integration, helping you to understand the management principles better and hit the road running as you move to the corporate world from here. We have a powerful legacy from this institution. From this day, the letter is posed to all of you to be the custodian of the brand BIM. You all will be joining the brand BIM from today. We are a very critical juncture in history. We are talking about the environment where we have come out successfully from the COVID-led pandemic and witness another geopolitical crisis like Russia-Ukraine war, which is badly impacting global economy. But at the same time, we are also experiencing the power of human spirit, the power of passion. In the last 2 years of crisis, we have seen a rise in entrepreneurship, and India is producing on an average 3 unicorns every month. India is emerging as a land of opportunity. It always said, in the middle of difficulty lies the opportunity. Historically, from the Second World War, financial meltdown and COVID crisis we have just left behind. But there are two observations. Every crisis creates a new business order, and human beings are becoming more resilient with the relatively faster recovery period. So what is in for you? 2 years of learning at BIM precisely prepares you to be a stronger self, successfully ride to the waves of uncertainty. The ability to spot opportunities amid crisis and develop absolute confidence to take challenge head on. I am sure that during the orientation program, you will get more clarity on the resources of the BIM that you can leverage and become brilliant professional. But that's not the only goal. I want you to create value that ensures the growth and the corporate you would be working while bringing social benefits, societal benefits. You must seek growth and social benefits as a complementary goals, reinforcing each other. I am looking forward to the active participation of every individual in the initiatives of social immersion program and action that is sustainable development to impact the triple bottom line. As you all know, our alumni is spread across the globe. That many of our alumni has become industry leaders, and the institution takes pride in them and celebrate their success. There are annual awards are being instituted for all the successful alumni. We expect you to be part of the celebrated group in the years to come. I have over 2 decades long association in the BIM as a member of governing council. I've been here for more than 20 years. Now I also like you that I started first journey as a chairman of the BIM. I cherish this as an honor, and I want to thank both faculty, staff, alumni, and students for trusting and giving me this opportunity and responsibility. Let us together make a BIM a truly world-class school. And if you see, as you are going to complete the program, the BIM in the next 2 years, you all should feel proud of the BIM that you have been associated with the best institution. Equally so, the BIM also should be proud of you all that they have got the best student. So equally, I think mutually should be proud of each other, which is what we are looking out from you. Before I conclude, I just want to do a quote with Thiruvalluvar said. I think people majority may know. Karka Kasadara Karpavai Katrapin Nirka Adarthi Taga. Karka means learn. Kasadara. Here comes the punch. You Kasadara means few. He says simple learning is not at all sufficient. One has to learn from good sources, learn deep, and that should be devoid of errors, contaminations, and falsehoods. Karpavai. Thus, you learn all lessons in life meticulously. Katrapin, what should we do after this complex and enlightened learning? He answers, that means don't just stop with learning, follow it with action in the righteous way. So, I'm sure all of you will follow this. I wish you a great learning experience in the next 2 years. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, sir, for highly encouraging us and motivating us by your message and the vision. Thank you for the vision that you have set for our institution. Moving forward, let us now welcome our chief guest, Dr. Bala Bharadwaj. In a recent tech meet, before that, I would also like to make a note that there's a saying, great minds think alike. Our chairman just mentioned that every difficulty brings an opportunity. And that's what our chief guest has also mentioned in the recent tech meet that happened in 2019. He's mentioned complexities give us the opportunity to innovate. So he has led by example by turning every complexity into an opportunity to offer the best value and quality service. Dr. Bala Bharadwaj is a globally recognized technocrat and inspirational leader in the aerospace and mobility systems with a distinguished career spanning over 4 decades. He is a BTech in aeronautical engineering from IIT Madras, India, and an MS and PhD in aerospace engineering, Georgia Institute of Technology, Atlanta, USA, and an MBA from the University of California, Irvine, USA. He worked at the Boeing company for over 30 years in various leadership positions and retired as the managing director of Boeing's Engineering and Technology Center in India, where he established Boeing's largest captive ER&D center outside the US, developing cutting-edge engineering and technology solutions. Dr. Bharadwaj has also spent many years as faculty at Boston University and other US universities. Dr. Bharadwaj has been honored with many prestigious awards like Team Excellence Award, Group Achievement Award from NASA, Quality Hero Award, Process Management Role Model Award, CEO Recognition, and 3 Chairman's Award at Boeing. He is recognized by other organizations such as Sigma Psi Scientific Research Society, Beta Gamma Sigma Business Honor Society, American Society of Engineers of Indian Origin, Industrial Engineering and Operations Management Forum, and the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics. He has received an honorary Doctor of Science in 2019 from Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science. He was recognized as a fellow of SAE International in 2022. Dr. Bharadwaj has been a student of Advaita Vedanta for several decades and is currently exploring various topics related to Indian knowledge systems and their relevance to the present day context. Currently, he is the Vice President, Engineering and Development of Quintrans Hyperloop. I welcome you, sir, and I request you to share your thoughts.
For that kind introduction. I have some notes here. I noticed that we have Prasani was reading notes. I put out all the notes that I had. Yeah, so be prepared for the next 1 hour lecture. You want it for education, so lectures are part of education, right? Seriously, first of all, congratulations to the new batch. I can see that you are all from the modern WhatsApp generation. Nobody takes notes. Everything is your wonderful memory. People, two eminent people have shared ideas. I have no idea how much of it has stayed with me. Okay, and in fact, Ramanathan specifically said, don't just get hung on to these electronic things. Write down, because when you write it down, something happens. You know that hand is connected to the brain, right? I hope you know. Many of you probably came from engineering background. When we engineers, we never learn about the human body. But if you talk to a doctor or even somebody who's learning botany or zoology, they will tell you that there are nerve endings in your hand that are connected to your brain. And writing down is a very, very important part of transmitting that information. Whatever it is that you are hearing comes into your ear, goes to your hand, gets processed in the head, and eventually it is designed. So my first request to you is, get into the habit of writing down. You know, if you say you don't have paper, I want to leave it. Because as you walked in, I saw somebody was handing you paper. Hopefully you have a pen. If you don't, in future, please come prepared. Because as a student, it is essential that you write down things, because you will be bombarded. You will get exposed to all kinds of material. And I can guarantee nobody in this group, including me, including our apartment, nobody has that capacity today anymore to remember all these wonderful things that we did. And if you don't remember, it's a lost art. So, first request, get into the habit of writing down notes. This is not the first time I'm saying this. I've said this many times in other forums. So this is not new to me, but it is very important that you get it. First of all, I know there are parents sitting there, which is actually wonderful that BIM has invited them to come and participate in this. Congratulations to the parents who are sitting there. They are all wondering, hoping that their wards, their children are going to have a wonderful time at this university. I think the students are also looking forward to that. Yes, yes. So I think you have come to a great place. I think my exhibit. Yes. Thanks to our director of BIM, Dr. Verma. He's a junior of mine from IIT Madras, and I discovered that so is Mr. Ramanathan, who spoke and had to leave. So in some sense, I have the position of seniority to be able to say a few things. So thank you, Asif, Dr. Verma, for inviting me, giving me this opportunity. It's a very special day for the students. But actually, it's a special day for me also. So wondering, what is this for? Is he also joining the MBA program? No, I already have my MBA. I don't need to go through the BIM MBA. But what I want to share with you is something that even Dr. Verma does not know. I will take you back 100 years. 1923. About 30 kilometers from here, that's what Google says, there is a small, I don't know if it's a village today, but it's a small place called Ayyampalem. Anybody familiar with that? I think some of the faculty numbers. There was a young man in Ayyampalem who was working there, and in 1930, he had a daughter, he and his wife. And that daughter, when she grew up, turned out to be my mother. So here we are. I'm sitting here and talking to you in Trichy, and only 30 miles away from 30 kilometers away from here is where my mother was born. And obviously there is something very special, some special connection. Now it doesn't stop there. BHL, I was speaking with Mr. Venkateshwarlu and Ramanathan before. They joined in the 1980s. I have wandered around in BHL in the 1960s because my uncle, you might know, one N. Krishnamurthy, he actually was retired as the director of R&D at BHL. And somehow, long story, I don't want to the long story. He was an engineer. He became kind of a role model to me when I was studying. And I also had a very interesting experience when he was returning from Czechoslovakia, because the first serious batch of people from BHL were sent to Czechoslovakia for training. And he was my uncle was one of those people who went there. So I had a role. In fact, we used to, in those days, long time ago, 1960s, Indian food was not available prepared to work. And we used to, I remember, my mother used to pack Indian food and we used to send it to Czechoslovakia because these young men who were kind of stranded there, they couldn't survive with whatever food was available there. And in 1969, I didn't grow up in Trichy area. Even though my ancestry in some ways is connected to this area, I didn't grow up here. But as it would happen, when I was getting ready to write my IIT famous JEE, I happened to be in Trichy and I actually wrote the entrance exam in St. Joseph's College, Trichy. Now, what are the chances of these kind of things happening? And then Professor Verma says, hey, we would like to invite you. He has no clue. Nobody had in this hall besides me, know these stories. And it's just coincidence. So certain places attracts why we don't understand fully. And the students who are here, you may think I have selected BIM, but I think BIM has selected you. This place has attracted you to be here along with the faculty and staff and so forth. So there is some magic. So enjoy the magic. Think of it as a gift from the universe that you are here. Make the best use. Now, there is a space aspect of it. That is the what we talk about is a place. But timing is also important. In this, you are the 40th batch. There's a lot of experience here in terms of how to conduct the classes, how to make people, learn about these things, management-related ideas, and of course there are people who have gone through this program, accomplished many things. So that is one aspect. But when you look at these circumstances, Sri Appasani talked about it a little bit about the globally what is going on. If you look at India, after centuries, there are studies that have been done where people tried to figure out what was the GDP of different countries over long periods of time. India at one time had almost 28% of the global GDP was produced in India. This is in the 1500 times. But then, of course, many things happen. We can go into that another occasion. India kind of, the stars didn't align for India. But more recently, especially since 1991, when some major changes were introduced into the economic system of India, India has been on the rise. And if you read if you are following the news, India is projected to be number 3 when it comes to the GDP in the world, right behind China, America. They are tussling in terms of who's number 1, but the number 3 position is almost guaranteed for India if we don't do any stupid things in between. We are all capable of doing crazy things, but if we avoid doing bad mistakes, we will get there. And why is that important? You are already part of. In 2013, people say India will be number 3. Now, should we stop at number 3? What should we aspire for? You will be in positions of power, positions to influence what is going on. So it's a wonderful time to be graduating with an MBA in 2 years from now, of course. Not in 2030 and beyond is still far away. Of course, the government has many visions, many ideas for what India should look like in 2047. And you are all going to be right in the middle of that growth spurt, which I think is amazing and wonderful. So this is another gift for you. You have a gift of space, you have a gift of time happening to you, simultaneously. It's a wonderful opportunity. Congratulations for being here. And what I'm going to tell you a few things here is about how to get the best out of this opportunity. The opportunity will be there. Many people get the opportunity, but all of us don't utilize it the same. So, few things that come to my mind. First thing is when you look at BIM's website, they talk about this high-shaped learning. I don't know what high-shaped learning is. I'm a good man. So I went and did a search. And there are different descriptions. And the thing that made most sense to me, something that I could relate to, is that there are two legs. One is kind of a specialty leg, and one is more about the future, which makes sense. But as I thought about it, when I said pie, a different kind of pie came to my mind. One that is circular, like a pizza. And it is not, when you learn something like this, Ramanathan was mentioning to some extent, you become a generalist. And for a generalist, you cannot say, I know this and I know a few things about the future. Nobody knows about the future. Even though I told you they would become a very important player in the world, there are a lot of features that we don't know. We have to create. So in my mind, more than a pie or more than a pie, which is a mathematics symbol, the pie that is there, yummy, round thing that people like to eat, that pie makes more sense. Because as an individual, whether you are in management or not, doesn't matter. All of us, I think, can benefit from. We should not only know about the technical aspects, we should know many other things. We should know how to manage ourselves. We should know how to take care of our body. We should know that connection between the fingers and the brain. We should know those things. We should know how to manage our mind. Because I have hundreds of young people working for me when I was running an organization. And there were many of them who were very confused because they would come and tell me, we are stressed out. Oh, what to do? Don't get into that trap. Learn how to de-stress. Stress is not a bad thing. Distress is a bad thing. D-I-S. Stress is a bad thing. And how do you get into distress? Because when you bite off more than you can chew. Or you think you are too smart, and then the world tells you, no, you are not that smart, you wake up. And then we get all distress. And in order to overcome this distress, we must learn how to de-stress. D-E-S-T-R-E. And de-stressing happens with time. I'm saying here, but the mind is not only there. It's in many places. But you have to learn those things. So it is not only about the technical knowledge, it's not only about finance and HR and economics and AI, everybody talks about AI also. But here a holistic education. That should be your goal. And how do you get a holistic education? No, you cannot go to Professor Barma and say, this man you invited, I don't remember his name, but he said, we need holistic education. Which course should I do? There is no one course that says holistic education course. It is your job to learn many things and assimilate them. Remember them first of all. Assimilate them. See how the pieces are connected. We have the concept of connecting the dots. If you haven't heard about it, hopefully you will hear about it. You must learn how to connect the dots. That is what makes you a valuable person in society. Okay, so first point I want to tell you is, the pie-shaped education is good, but make the pie to be a more holistic pie. Learn as much as you can from whoever you can. In fact, you will learn from each other. That is one of the hallmarks that is different in an MBA program compared to a science or engineering kind of program. So learn from each other, learn from your teacher, learn from the books, jot down things that you want to remember for the long term. You will develop. But be conscious that I want to look at the big picture. Because that is what you are expected to do when you graduate and go to a bit. Now you cannot say, I am in the accounting department, I only know these numbers. That is not going to help you. You don't grow. That is what you do. You can become an accountant. You should have been a CA. Why are you doing an MBA? If you do an MBA, you are expected to know what these accounting numbers mean. with respect to the rest of the business. At least try to go with that. Second thought I have is in the two talks we had earlier by Mr. Ramanathan and our chairman Pasami. They mentioned how Mr. Ramanathan mentioned how it is very important to complete projects on time. Agreed, no issues there. And Mr. Rapasamy also said something related to that. He said you have to create value. Absolutely, I agree with that as well. But there is something else I want to add. It is not only doing things on time, creating value. We have something called quality and safety that comes in the picture. Mr. Venkatesh will probably relate to that. He is in aerospace defense sector. When we talk about quality and safety, why am I saying this? You just look around. We are going to meaning India is going to become bigger. We are going to build so many things, but we also regularly you take any 1 week worth of newspaper. What do you see? Some bridge collapse somewhere, some building went somewhere, Chennai is flooded, Bangalore is flooded, Noida is, Gurgaon is flooded. Why are these things happening? Because we did not pay enough attention to how these things should be defined. The idea of quality and safety. People are dying because of stupid things that we are doing. We collectively are doing. It's very difficult to even go back and say, this is the person who was responsible. Sometimes you can put it down, many times you cannot. Because it's a collective, wisdom or lack of wisdom that has led us to where we are. But as we go forward, as we become a more important economy, as we become a more important player in the world, we have to get past these barriers. We should do things, but we should also do them in such a way that the quality of whatever we produce is wonderful. Other people will come and say, I want to buy this from India. Why? Because of quality is wonderful. Quality is wonderful simply means the user, the customer feels very comfortable that I don't have to worry about. Compared to an iPhone versus some local brand, if I gave you unlimited choice, which one will you pick? How many will pick the local brand? How many will pick the iPhone? You guys have to respond. Part of the mechanism in MBA programs is interaction. We just sit there, I will give you keep on talking, I won't say anything, nothing will go into you. Let's try that again. You have choice between locally made phone and iPhone. You have budget. Okay, don't say I only have 50 rupees, I cannot buy a phone. You have budget. Our directors always guarantee us. Right, sir? So my question is, how many of you would like to buy the local brand? How many of you would prefer the iPhone? And many more seem to want the iPhone. And this is what I'm talking about quality. People like the iPhone because it has features. Features can be created, but it has quality, it has reliability. I know that when I press a button, it works. Right? So this is what our customer, your customer, when you become part of the organization. This is what people are expecting from us. So you need to build in that quality. And safety is very important because it pertains to your own people in the organization. Because we'll be doing more complex things, more difficult things, sometimes more dangerous things. You have to pay attention to safety and some of the things that we do, some of the gadgets we create, some of the projects that we will create in the future will also be demanding safety of the people who use them. So whether it is your customer, whether it's your own people, whether you yourself, both quality and safety are very important. There is something called quality management systems. Big industrial houses use them regularly. At least you should get exposure to it. Learn about it, do a project on it. because these are going to be essential if we want India to grow and become a meaningful contributor to the world. Third item, AI. What does AI mean? Artificial intelligence. It also means America, India. Right? Artificial intelligence. Now, this sounds like an oxymoron. People used to say, "Hey, you are a very intelligent boy, you are a very intelligent girl." And what is artificial? It is like artificial food coloring. Okay? We used to eat food that was natural. Then somebody came up with a brilliant idea. I will make pink tea for you. I say, Baba, I'm happy with my brown tea. No, pink tea is good because why? I put artificial pink in. Okay? Which sounded interesting in the beginning. But do you know what people are saying about food coloring today? Where do you? Why? Go back to grandma's recipe. And my grandma is either dead, my grandma is dead. If the grandma is alive, she doesn't remember anything. I don't know what to do. I cannot remember. My mother taught me recipes, but I don't. And most grandmas don't know how to give recipes. Ladies will know. You want to know. Grandma is so wonderful. How did you make? See, I just did this. Now, how did you? It's in my hand. I did something. So we have taken the so-called fancy artificial coloring, artificial foods, and after using it for 30 or 40 years, now the same country, okay, artificial things are mostly created in the US. And now there are researchers in the US who are coming and say, no, please don't do it. And I have seen, I'm an older guy, I have seen this over and over again in multiple ways. I'll give you an example. How many of you, the students especially, how many of you know multiplication tables from memory? 16 times 12. So we are going to remember this stupid old man, crazy funny math about things like this. I have a calculator. I have a calculator in pocket. I have a calculator on my phone. Even my 2-year-old, nephew has a calculator. He knows how to punch numbers, They are so proud about it. Now, when I was growing up, we didn't know anything about calculator. We memorized tables. Ordinary people memorize up to 12 by 12. Some pushy people memorize till 16 by 16. Very, very advanced people memorize until 20 by 20. They will know 18 times 19 is how much you can do. Okay? But we all did engineering. We went to engineering college. It was helpful when we were doing our engineering. It is helpful in accounting also, by the way. It is helpful when you buy your groceries at, wherever you go. Now, in the 1960s, the electronic calculator was introduced. And we thought it was such a wonderful thing. Now, by the time we came to 1980 or so, 20, what happened? Most of us, even the people who used to remember the tables, we don't remember the tables. We are getting carpal tunnel syndrome because we are keeping on punching the keys, but our brains have atrophy. There is a very, very simple rule for a human being. I told you should learn about your body. The way the body works, if you don't use it, you lose it. Use it or lose it. That is our body works. It applies to our muscles. It also applies to our brain. People may say, no, but brain is not a muscle. Trust me, it is a muscle. It's like a muscle. If you stop using certain parts of your brain, the capability of that part of the brain will go away. So now the calculator has taught us what? Get carpal tunnel syndrome, but forget the tables. Okay? Go back to the internet. When the internet was introduced in the 1990s, it was a wonderful thing. Oh my God, I can connect from here to there. Very quickly, I can get information. I can do this, do that. Then what happened? Now, nobody reads books. Even the libraries, if you go, there's nobody there. Because everything is there in the internet. You go and type a question in the internet, you will get 10 different answers. You have no clue which is the right answer. And their answers are not the same. See, they were all the same. You can say, okay, see, I got the answer. The answers are conflicting answers. So you need some basic intelligence, the real intelligence, not artificial intelligence. You need the real intelligence, even figure out what is the correct answer and what is the wrong answer. At least, give me an idea, give me a clue. I think this number 3 sounds like the right answer. Number 7 is definitely out. Okay, it is like a multiple choice question. Then D is out. And I'm confused between A and D. Can I make a phone call? Like in this productivity business, right? I think you can narrow it down to a smaller set. Because there is a huge amount of misinformation in the internet. So the internet, while it has created amazing things, Google has become very, very famous, and our what's his name? Pichai. Sundar Pichai has become very rich and famous guy. But has Google helped all of us equally? I'm happy to debate with Pichai if you want. It has not. It has contributed some very wonderful things. It has also diminished our capability, our real intelligence in certain things. Now, this is exactly my concern with artificial. Today, people are doing all kinds of interesting things. They take, Modi's picture, put it on, some dancer or something. They take, Trump's picture and make it sound like he's giving some speech. All that is fun. But over a period of time, we as a community, we as a group of people are going to start believing these artificial intelligence dictated answers, whether it is images or numbers or data. We are going to start believing them more and more. And in the process, we are going to lose our own ability to analyze and question, do things with data. Please don't fall into that. Okay, I might sound like, where did this guy make up this point? Sounds like an anti, technology guy. I'm not anti-technology. But technology has its limitations. Technology has its implications. And the way what we have to do in order to become strong, in order to become really intelligent, not artificially intelligent, is to learn what are the good and the bad of it. And we should prepare ourselves. By all means, learn about artificial intelligence, but don't get sucked into the world. You must learn enough so that you can tell whether that data makes sense or not. Okay. How many of you are engineering background? Okay, so and how many other who are not engineers know about physics? Okay, now the majority. So let me check. This is a real story that happened. When I was in college, we have these, in our college, second year, I think it was, we have these examples where we talk about trajectory. So if I fire a pistol or a gun at a particular angle, say 25 degrees, where will the bullet go and fall? Very classic problem in physics. It's basically mechanics, trying to figure out geometrically what happens, acceleration, velocity. So we had a question in an exam, And the question supplement something like this: there is a deer, and it is a particular distance, and I have a gun, and I know the velocity with which the bullet leaves the gun. So the question was, what is the angle I should use? It is not straight. There is no better it goes fall down. So I have to consider a line. The deer is far away. What is the angle I should use in order for it to hit the deer? Now don't tell me animal rights and all that in this time. Yes. So we did, everybody did calculation. The answer was what? 43 degrees or something like that. One student got an answer that said 135 degrees. Which means the deer is there and I have to be this. Okay? That is 45 degrees. Okay. So, since this guy knew after the exam was over, he came out and asked him, hey, what answer did you get? 43 degrees, 49 degrees, whatever. Oh, so I think I made some mistake somewhere. So this guy was a little upset because he said, I knew this subject, I knew a question like this, I had prepared. And then the day that the exam paper was given out, Wizard makes a good point, and there's most of the people got it right, except one guy. And he put up the student and said, okay, it is 145 degrees. And I mean, didn't you think deer is over there and you're shooting this way? Oh, everybody thought, yeah, that's guy, professor is very smart. The student turned out to be even smarter. Student said, yes, sir. If you look at it, deer is looking at me. So if I shoot this way directly, the deer will move and run away. So I shoot my arrow this way, my gun this way, so the thing will go around the world and get the deer from the back. So he justified his answer of 145 degrees. Okay? So sometimes it happens. So my point is not that you must be like the student to justify your wrong answer. But it is important to ask the question, does this 145 degrees make sense? Yeah, if you do more analysis, it will never go around the earth and all that. And that's a different problem. But you must have the comments. You must have your own intelligence to be able to assess the data that is coming to you from an AI thing, or it may be your own finance department. You are the MD of the company. Finance department has come with some data, or marketing department has come to you with some data. You must have that understanding. That is why the circular pie becomes important. You need to be able to understand the big picture and see this does not make sense. Or yes, seems about right. I'm willing to go with that data, even though I didn't do the analysis. Because you will never be able to do the analysis for everything. As you get more and more people working by you, you have to trust them. You have to trust the way they are doing it. But you must have the common sense. You must have your nature intelligence to be able to say that this is reasonable or not reasonable. Sounds plausible, does not sound. Okay, so the three things I wanted to kind of leave it. Lots of other things I can tell you. We do have a documentation here. So first thing, get that big picture view, circular pie. If you like pizza, go for pizza. I'm okay with it. Second thing, quality and safety are very, very important. They are going to become more and more important for us, for India, for you as we go forward. And then the third thing, of course, is be wary, be careful about getting stuck into this artificial intelligence and computer control the things. Okay, computers are great as an assistant, as a tool. But the moment you let your computer guide what you do, I think that is kind of going down. So, I think we'll try to wrap it up here. I do have something to share. A couple of other thoughts here. I wish you a wonderful, memorable time at BIM. It's going to make a huge difference in your life as you go forward. So while you are here, do 4 things related to life. Learning, focus on your learning. Do things that improve you. Okay, some of you are extroverts, some of you are introverts, some of you like doing things with numbers, some of you like doing things with, more with people. You will meet a variety of people, variety of, characteristics. You need to focus on improving yourself. Whatever you are weak in, figure out ways to improve. So learning, improving yourself, have fun. Till you graduate and leave, who knows where you will be. As long as you are a student, have some fun as well and focus on excellence. Those are the 4 things about life that I want you to leave with. One last thought. We keep saying BIM, BIM, BIM. Do we remember what the B stands for? Bharati Dasan. Bharati Dasan was you all know, he was inspired by poet Bharati. And he tried to follow in Bharati's footsteps and, in his memory and his ideas and so on. What I would like you to become when you graduate, by the time you graduate, not even when you, in the process, in the next 2 years, I would like you to become Bharata Das. Make Bharata as your inspiration. Do things. I know there are alumni who are sitting in Las Vegas, United States, or New York City, or London, or wherever. I think decades ago, when there were not that many opportunities in India, it may have made sense. Today, India needs you. Needs people like you who are well developed, because it's not only India. Remember, we are the biggest country in the world by population. And there are other countries looking up to India saying, oh, I think you should help us. Okay? Including, America. Okay? So India is going to become more and more important as you grow in your career. As I get older and look for my pension check or good wishes from people like you. So become Bharata Dasan. Keep in mind who nourished you, who helped you to grow into who you are, and time to give back to that sense. Okay, so with that, again, congratulations, best wishes for a wonderful time at Bharati Dasan Institute of Management. Thank you.
For those inspiring words. Thanks for reminding us that stress is not bad. We need to be stressed as well as distress. And also for reminding us about the part of the big picture and about quality and service, and also to look at everything with intelligence. In the world of ChatGPT, okay, I was reminded of ChatGPT because that also comes with a disclaimer saying that don't trust everything that I share. You have to ask the right question to ask to get the right answers. So you need that intelligence in order to get the right thing from the whatever technology is going to provide you with. Next, we move on to. I'd like to invite our beloved and respected director, Dr. S.K. Barma. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Our director is such a person with vision and dreams for the students. I invite you to deliver the address to the audience and share your aspirations.
So much for it. And most of you said, my colleagues said that I'm always asked very fast. But if you already are very fast, then it's faster. So now please let me be around and so I feel that we have a great momentum now and we can say much more much faster than what we used to do so far. I respected chief guest in today's function, Dr. Bala Bharadwaj, former MD, Boeing India, Director of Technology, my senior at IIT Madras and my also colleague at Society of Engineers, where I used to be part of that managing committee. And more than that, my mentor and very good friend who always supported me whenever I invited him. So thank you so much. And Mr. S.M. Ramanathan, GM Manager, Head of BHL, Tiruchirappalli. So BHL is an integral part of BIM's existence. And we are doing a lot of programs together. Thank you so much, sir. And we are also fortunate to have Mr. Venkateshwaralu, GM Defense and Aerospace in BHL Fiji. And students of BIM 40 batch. Congratulations to you all for making it to BIM and proud parents, friends from industry, my faculty colleagues, staff members of BIM. Welcome to this inauguration of BIM 40 batch. I must congratulate all the students and also your parents too for your making it to this BIM 40 batch and at BIM. And this BIM 40 batch, you know, that will be privileged to witness this 40th anniversary of BIM. While we carefully, 40 years means you feel that BIM is pretty old. But as an organization gets old, so what's the good thing in it? Good thing in it is it develops certain systems and processes, certain records, certain standard that is annual. It's not a fly-by-night kind of. So we preserve that. But such a old legacy institute also creating some challenges like the lack of flexibility and all that. But BIM is not so. So BIM has the advantage of being an old legacy institute, so it carries the values of any of the legacy institutes that you can think of. At the same time, it brings the flexibility, agility, and speed of any fresh startup. We all work like a startup. So we have the advantage of a old legacy institute, and we have the advantage of a new startup. Why do I say it's the advantage of a new startup? Because one of our key differentiators is the new technology applications in whatever we do. When it comes to the functional management areas, marketing, operations, care management, all that, I know that I cannot beat the IIMs. But when it comes to the new technology applications, all of you will be at par with the graduates coming out from the top IIMs. Okay, so we have this financial trading center here. Financial analysis and trading center. We have this Bloomberg terminal and NEC Smart Solutions. So this application is not there in IT Madras Department of Management. This application is not there in IIM. So when you are doing it, be proud of that. In fact, I would like to show you there. So we are doing a lot of work there. We are training our students. We have this marketing lab. And we are perhaps one of the first teams to set up this Cubotica RPLR, robotic process automation lab. So you can learn it. I don't know whether other top are doing it, but we are doing it. Maybe they are also doing it. So you are all on a level playing field. We have real-time contextual marketing lab. So today it is all real-time. It's all contextual. We have that. We have Salesforce Social Studio. We have a whole lot of other open source and proprietary software that like Salesforce Social Studio. I don't know if how many these tools the country today will have it. In fact, this Bloomberg Lab is the only one in Tamil Nadu. Of course, that Kriya University has, but that is not in Tamil Nadu. So you should feel proud of it. When it comes to Center of Operations Excellence, we got this 4-line solution platform. We also got in-change that supply chain simplicity. So with that, you can create your supply chain system, complex supply chain system. It could be like COVID vaccine delivery. You have to get the vaccine from somewhere, you have to store it at some temperature,
and you have to distribute to so many sectors. And when you open it, you have to open it in, aligning with the demand and all that. You have to open it in certain number. So how to configure this balances? So all the students have been doing exceedingly well. Like when it comes to capsule challenge, so we are consistently getting one of the top 3 slots globally. So when we say that one of the top 3 slots globally, it does not sound that exciting when you hear that the staffing came 5th there. When you hear that I am Ahmedabad also contested in that. When you hear that I am Bangalore could not come into that league. So this foundation challenge that came 39 back. So one team got the first prize globally. And they have all the best institutes they compete. So we are extremely good when it comes to simulation. So we are demonstrating, like even in simulation, when we come, you are as good as any student from the IIM. So today, apart from SPJ model, so BIM is the only place so where we can confidently say that we are. So all these things today are reflecting in the fact that we are getting very good response from the recruiters. Every year on year, our performance is improving. The summer internship has been very good. And this time, our highest salary is about 20.5 lakhs. And if you look at the top 25% CTC, that average CTC there is about 15.7 lakhs. And this average overall for all the 150 students is about 0.8 lakhs. I hope I'm giving the figures right, right? Especially okay. So this reflects, so as you do well, as you take the right path, as you do things rightly, and as the distinguished speakers before we talked about, and your attention to details, the learning attitude, and we have plethora to offer. So you take it as much as you can. Like you all went to the Harvard online certificate, right? Even before you come on board, we got to Harvard online certification program, and we got to those licenses to start working. How many of you completed at least one certificate? Yeah. So please keep doing it. We have huge rigor in the system. Getting into BIM is difficult, but staying in BIM is more difficult. So we have to really work hard. We don't compromise when it comes to the rigor of the academic curriculum. So it is almost time, and I don't want to spend much time. And so I would like to just end with two of my favorite authors, like have heard of Ayn Rand. So Ayn Rand is the Russian-born American writer and philosopher. In her book is At Last Shot. So she says that do not let the hero in your soul perish in lonely frustration for the life you desire and have never been able to reach. The world you desire can be won. It exists. It's real. It's possible. It's yours. It's all up to you. We are all here to help you to realize that dream. So many of us have many dreams, and very often you hear people saying that, oh, wish I could do this. Like I always say that I wish I could come to academics maybe 10 years before. But you can definitely realize your dream, your passion, and we provide that platform here. Again, this Yuval Noah Harari is a professor in Israel. So he talks about, again, the view from Bala, but he talked about AI and metaverse and virtual reality, augmented reality. We are in the midst of so much of virtual. So what happens like the world is slowly moving from this physical and biological framework to more and more virtual. You'll find a couple sitting and both of them are. You find there's a gathering, and they're all busy with the WhatsApp. So this virtual world, law of physics, law of economics, they don't work. They work in the way. While AI, ML, and all that is taking their shape, intelligent. But what happens to human being? So that is where we need to work on. So the pie shape that Mala was talking about. So on the top, origin to power of pi. So it's basically the real management and the different functional programs like marketing, finance, operations, HR, all these tools. The first is vertical bar that we see in the file. That is basically the specialization. Specialization, like in marketing, you specialize in marketing, in HR, it is HR analytics, digital HR. If it is operations, then you learn about the supply chain 4.0 or robotic automation, robotic process automation. And the right side of the vertical bar is very, very important. And most of the time we tend to ignore it, but we cannot do that keeping in mind that today's changing. Your generation. So that is to become a better human being. Okay. So that aspect is very, very important. So let me tell you what this Professor Ruben was talking about. He says that the danger is if we invest too much in developing AI and too little in developing human consciousness, we're not developing human consciousness, then we are investing a lot in building AI. He says that as virtual reality improves like metaverse, AI, ML, AR, VR, it is likely that many more activities will shift from physical, biological point of view, virtual reality, different from physical and biological forms. The most crucial quality he is talking about to survive the flourish 21st century is the mental flexibility to learn new things and to let go of things we learned in the past. Learn new things and let go of things that we learned in the past to build that mental flexibility and building this human consciousness and mental resilience. Not a pressure will be there, but it's not the time to get de-stressed. You have to get de-stressed, as Professor was talking about. So in this generation, all of this generation, and we are just getting one counselor home, and she will be interacting with you. We have this mentoring facility there. 30 mentors, they will be there with you. And we are also introducing student body concept, like your seniors, they will be, with maybe 6-7 students here. And so don't get ever depressed. Yeah. So depression has no value in our life. So life will be tough, there will be challenge, and there will be difficult moments. There will be moments of rejection, there will be moments of rejection, but we have to rise and start fighting again. So this BIM professional, the program architecture that we talked about, so it's not only that is there to learn the general and functional management, the top bar and the first vertical bar. Okay, so this BIM program architecture ensures that not only you learn the top bar and the first vertical bar, but you also grow to be an outstanding human being, not just industry 4.0, AI, ML, metaverse, all that talk about industry 4.0, but not just industry 4.0. We take you to the realm of society 5.0. Okay, what is this society 5.0? Where making profit also accompanies respect for lives, displaying human values, and a great consideration for the environment and planet to make our living sustainable. Sustainable living is extremely important. In fact, our chairman has given a lot of ideas for our new complex that is coming up, and we are moving very fast on it, and we have made many changes to the design. We are trying to make it more sustainable, more and more sustainable, and we'll also talk to qualities and other places to see how the sustainable elements that we brought in. So how BIM can play some role in this this SDG that 2030 goals. So we also have a center for SDG. So today is not the time, but we will spend more time subsequently. So I wish you all the best, and I really hope that you make the best use of these 2 years, these 2 years. And I can tell you, if you talk to any of the seniors, alumni, they will talk about that how fondly they recollect their days at BIM. I'm sure that I myself don't know how BIM has that kind of attention, and I'm sure that all of you will find these 2 years wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for lighting our path with your words for success in life. Now, as a gesture of appreciation, I request our director to present mementos to the respective dignitaries as a small token of their appreciation and gratitude. Now it's time to express our gratitude to all individuals who have worked tirelessly to make this event possible. May I now invite Dr. V.K. Sriraman, Associate Professor of Finance and Economics, to deliver the word of thanks.
Good morning, all. I'd like to begin with thanks to Almighty for giving us a new day now. As Tiruppuram says, Tandai Magarkatu Udavi Avayattu Buddhi Rupacha. So this couplet says, the favor a father does to the son is to educate them to be ahead of the crowd of knowledge. So I thank all the parents here. You have done a great favor to your ward by choosing BIM Chuchi, and you are in the right place. Continuing with the last couplet, another couplet says, Madan Tandai Kaatu Udavi, even Tandai Ennotran Kol Enum So. So, in response to the parents' favor, the son or the daughter should make the parents happy upon hearing the words such as, what penance his father has done to get him such a son. I hope and wish all the students here will earn such words to your parents. I thank all of you to be here with us from today for our journey towards excellence. I thank our chairman, Ravi Appasamy, Honorable Chairman of Board of Governors of BIM for inaugurating BIM's 40th batch and for his thoughtful words. I thank Dr. Bala Bharadwaj for his presence and insightful and magic speech. I thank Sri S.M. Ramanathan, GM and Head VHL Tucci, and member of Board of Governance of BIM, and Sri Venkateshwarlu for gracing the occasion and for their felicitations. I thank our beloved director, Dr. Asit Verma, for his thought-provoking, dream-evoking speech and remarks. I thank my faculty colleagues, the staff of BIM Chuchi, and everyone involved directly or indirectly in this admissions process and to make this inauguration a memorable one. As Rig Veda says, Ano Batra Kratavo Yantu Vishwata, which means let noble thoughts come to us from all directions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Finally, I request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem. I request students and faculty to stay back after the reading. But you got it for discuss, and also de-stress. Okay, so as he mentioned, please carry notes. I'm sure whatever points that you're getting in the next few days during the orientation will be lab lessons for you, which will definitely help you in preparing for the rest of the 2 years. Okay? So you can break for tea now. Tea will be served outside, and after that you can move back or whatever has been shared with you as a part of the schedule. Please take it back. 1:30 or 2 is the time. I think they've asked you to come back for reporting for verification. Okay? So go as per the schedule. If you have any doubts, please get in touch with the admissions team. They will get. Have a great day, and thank you parents who are in the next room. Please join us for tea. Thank you.